Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Take you, Gator. Hey, seam six. Lead grip.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. An aggressive play call to start this game. About that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run with Howard. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Here we go. Mike 50. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Watch the safety creep.
On first and goal, Howard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Get in the right room. Get in the right room. Whip. Watch the whip. Motion to the backfield. Motion to the backfield.
They'll try again with Howard. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. To throw is Wentz. This will be caught by Brown. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Set, ready? 10-2, stop. It's going to be a long hit.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Running with Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. To throw, it's Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. On the delay, it's Howard. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Waiting. Not today, Ron. Not today. Hey, Rick 5-2, come here. 58, right over there. Hey, wahoo! Here we go, here we go. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Throwing on second and 14. Wentz under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. On third and long, it's Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Alex Anzalone able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Wide open receiver complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On second down, Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Operating from the gun. Herbert. That's caught. It's Thomas. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 3 yards out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can try for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Switch, switch, switch. Ram.
Now Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go, buddy.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Lefty. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Let's 2.
To throw. It's brought in by Jeffrey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Check 3, check 3. Hey, empty. This one, 7.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to match. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Kamara. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
60 Pittsburgh. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Kill.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Delta.
Off play action. Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 50. Check 50. Out.
49, check 49, check 49.
Check.
Let's find 7.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Elliott is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Saints recovered it. New Orleans football.
Play to win. Let's go.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Lynch, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
30 base.
54. Right 54. Hey, I'm coming.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert, this is complete to Michael Thomas. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. So they get the first. First down, maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job.
At the 40-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Toss play, Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
At the 20-yard line.
Ready. 70, Indy.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he finds Howard complete. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Crunch. Run. Check 24. Shoot.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they...
And he's going to go down again. Demario Davis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Wins. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. Herbert gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Herbert and Thomas has it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Looking to throw. Herbert out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Eric Murray. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
You gonna go. You got to
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Sunday. 47 to Mike, boy, 47.
Wentz now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing is Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that
Down in man. Great 57.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Check safety, check safety.
Ram.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Who that?
Wentz to throw for it on fourth. And no, it's incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run. This is Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Herbert. Now he's forced out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Howard. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Important extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
SOS.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. They go with Howard again. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that